You've spent 30, maybe 40 years working, saving, sacrificing, putting money away so that one day you could stop trading your time for a paycheck. And now that day is getting close, or maybe it's already here. But here's what nobody tells you, and what I see going wrong every single week in my work with retirees and pre retirees across the country. Having money saved is not the same as having a retirement income plan. And that one misunderstanding, it's quietly putting people's financial security at serious risk. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what this mistake looks like, why it's so dangerous, and what the smarter approach looks like, so you don't become another cautionary tale. I'm Shonda Prescott, and this is Retirement Security Simplified, where we cut through the noise and give you the straight facts about building a retirement you can actually count on. Let's get into it. So, what's the mistake I keep seeing? It's this: treating your retirement savings like a savings account instead of building a structured income plan. Here's what that looks like in real life. Some retirees with, say, $600,000 in their IRA or 401k, they've worked hard for that money. They feel good about it. And their plan, if you can call it that, is to just start pulling money out as they need it. Maybe $4,000 a month here, a little extra for a vacation there, a home repair over here. No structure, no income floor, no plan for how long that money actually has to last. And here's the thing, I don't blame them. Nobody sat them down and explained that retirement income works completely differently than accumulation. When you're working, you can recover from a bad year. When you're retired and drawing down your savings, a bad year can follow you for the rest of your life. That's what we're going to unpack right now. There are three compounding threats that turn this mistake from a minor oversight into a full-blown retirement crisis. Let's walk through each one. Threat number one: sequence of returns risk. This first one is called sequence of returns risk, and is probably the most misunderstood danger in all of retirement planning. Here's the simple version. It's not just about what return you average over time, it's about when the bad years happen. Think about two retirees. Both average a 6% return over 20 years. But retiree A hits a major market downturn in year 1 and year 2 of retirement. Retiree B gets those bad years later in year 15 and 16. Same average return, completely different outcomes. Retiree A runs out of money. Retiree B is fine. Why? Because retiree A was pulling money out of a falling portfolio right at the start. They were locking in losses before the market had a chance to recover. And once that money is gone, it's gone. It can't grow back. This is why a great bull market during your working years does not guarantee safety in retirement. The sequence matters enormously. Threat number two: the longevity problem. The second threat is one people underestimate every single time, and that's longevity. The average 65-year-old woman in America today is expected to live past age 87, and that's average. Many people are living well into their 90s. Think about what that means. If you retire at 62 or 65, your money may need to last 25 to 30 years. That's longer than some people's entire careers. And yet people plan for maybe 15 or 20 years, if they plan at all. Outliving your money is the number one fear I hear from retirees, and is also the most preventable one, if you build your income plan correctly. Threat number three: the hidden tax trap. The third threat is the one that surprises people the most, because they don't see it coming until the damage is already done. Here's the reality. The majority of Americans have most of their retirement savings sitting in pre-tax accounts, traditional IRAs, 401ks, and 403bs. Every single dollar you pull out of those accounts is counted as taxable income. Now, layer in Social Security. A lot of people don't realize that up to 85% of their Social Security benefits can become taxable, depending on how much other income they have. And then there's Medicare. If your income crosses certain thresholds, the IRS can hit you with something called IRMAA, Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. That's a surcharge on top of your standard Medicare Part B and Part D premiums. For some couples, that adds up to thousands of dollars per year in extra costs that they never saw coming. No one warned them, they didn't have a plan, and now they're paying for it. Literally. Okay, so now that we understand the problem, let's talk about what the SMART approach actually looks like. It comes down to one foundational concept: building an income floor. Think of it this way: when you were working, you had a paycheck. It showed up every 2 weeks, you knew what it was, you built your life around it. Your goal in retirement is to recreate that: a reliable, predictable stream of income that shows up no matter what the stock market is doing, no matter how long you live, and no matter what happens in the economy. That's your income floor. And here's how you build it. Step 1: know your essential expenses. You start out by getting clear on your non-negotiable monthly expenses. I'm talking about housing, food, utilities, insurance, healthcare costs, transportation, the things you absolutely cannot go without. This is your baseline. This is the number your guaranteed income needs to cover. Write it down. Be honest about it, because everything else in your plan builds from here. Step 2: stack your guaranteed income sources. Next, look at what guaranteed income you already have or will have coming in. Social Security is the big one, and I want to be very clear here. When you claim Social Security is one of the most important financial decisions you will ever make. Claiming too early can cost you tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. We'll do a deep dive on that in a future video. If you have a pension, that goes into this column too. And for many of my clients, a third source gets added here: a fixed indexed annuity with an income rider. This is a tool that can create a guaranteed lifetime income stream that you cannot outlive, regardless of market performance. Think of it as building your own personal pension. Your principal is protected on the downside, and you get the opportunity for growth when the markets go up. When you activate that income rider, it turns on a paycheck that keeps coming for life. Again, I'm here to educate, but that tool solves a very specific problem and it's worth understanding. Step 3: let your growth money grow. Once your income floor is covered, once your essential expenses are met by guaranteed sources, now your remaining assets can actually do what they're supposed to do. They can stay invested, they can grow, they can be there for discretionary spending, travel, gifts to grandchildren, legacy goals, whatever matters to you. And here's the most important part of this step: because your income floor is secure, you're never forced to sell investments at the wrong time. You're not pulling money out of a falling market because you have to. Your bills are covered. That's how you neutralize sequence of returns risk. That's how a real retirement income plan works. You build the floor first. Then everything else has room to breathe. Now, I want to briefly touch on something that most financial conversations leave out entirely, and that's how your income plan directly affects your taxes and your Medicare costs, because these things are not separate. They're completely connected. Let me give you a quick example of how this works. The IRS uses something called provisional income to decide how much of your Social Security gets taxed. Provisional income is essentially your adjusted gross income plus any tax-exempt interest, like from municipal bonds, plus half of your Social Security benefit. If that number crosses $25,000 for a single filer or $32,000 for a married couple, a portion of your Social Security becomes taxable. And if it crosses the higher thresholds, up to 85% of your benefit is subject to federal income tax. Now add IRMAA on top of that. IRMAA stands for Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. If your income from 2 years ago crosses certain levels and these thresholds are not that high, Medicare adds a surcharge to your Part B and Part D premiums. We're talking about hundreds of extra dollars per month for some people, per person. Here's what that means practically. The way you structure your retirement income, which accounts you pull from, in what order, in what amounts, can either cost you or save you thousands of dollars every single year. This is why a coordinated income plan isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Roth conversions, qualified charitable distributions after age 70 and a half, careful timing of withdrawals. These are the strategies that keep more money in your pocket and out of the government's. Here's the bottom line. Most people come to me with savings, sometimes a lot of it, but savings alone is not a retirement plan. And without a structured income strategy, even a large nest egg can be at serious risk from market timing, taxes, longevity, and healthcare costs. Let me leave you with this. You have worked too hard and too long to leave your retirement income to chance. The goal isn't just to have money. It's to have a plan that turns that money into a paycheck you can count on for the rest of your life. Stop treating your retirement savings like a piggy bank. Build a system. Build a floor. Build something that lasts as long as you do. If you'd like to learn more, take a look at the free booklet called Retire Smart. It's available on the page that's linked in the description box. If this video gave you something to think about, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. I put out new content every week, all designed to help you retire with clarity, confidence, and security. I'm Shonda Prescott, and this is Retirement Security Simplified, where we specialize in turning confusion into confidence, one conversation at a time.